can I thank the more than 102,000 people that came forward to get tested in the last 24 hours. That is a new record, and to have us pass that 100,000 mark on a weekend in a 24-hour period is outstanding. So thank you so much to everybody who came forward and got tested. New South Wales recorded 141 cases of community transmission in that 24-hour period, and 38 of those were infectious in the community. I wanted to also extend my condolences to two families who are grieving today. We had 2 deaths overnight, a woman in her 70s, but also a woman in her 30s with no pre-existing conditions. So if anybody thinks this is a disease just affecting older people, please think again. Again, I want to extend my heartfelt condolences to those families, their loved ones who are grieving today. But please note that younger people without pre-existing conditions can also fall victim to this cruel disease. I wanted to stress a couple of points this morning. Firstly, please know that what will get us through this outbreak is a combination of our restrictions, but also of more people being vaccinated. So can I urge everybody to come forward and vaccinate it? As you know, the health advice has changed in the last few days, so everybody is welcome to come forward and get the AstraZeneca vaccine. And please know that whether it's through your GP, through a local pharmacist, or through, obviously, our New South Wales health hubs, please come forward and get vaccinated. We know that, in particular, older people are more vulnerable to this disease, and we're hoping already that more people come forward to get the vaccine, but I can't stress enough how important it is to get vaccinated. One thing we also know with this cruel Delta strain, which is what we're dealing with, is that even one dose of the vaccine not only gives you personal protection, but it also reduces your chances of passing the disease on to others. And that's why, during the Delta outbreak, higher vaccination rates, even of the first dose, slow the spread down. It won't stop the spread alone, but it will definitely slow the spread down. Instead of infecting your whole household, you may only infect a few people. Or instead of infecting your entire workplace, you may only infect a few people if you have at least one dose of the vaccine. And that's why it is so important to have that combination of restrictions and also higher vaccination rates. Please know, in those 5 local government areas in particular that are impacted, we are doing all we can to increase the vaccination rates, including providing vaccines through local pharmacists, through GPs and through our New South Wales health hubs. So please come forward to get vaccinated for your sake and the sake of those closest to you. That is what will get us through this outbreak, combined with the restrictions that we will put in place or have in place. In relation to yesterday's protest, can I say how absolutely disgusted I was? It broke my heart. Millions and millions of people across our state are doing the right thing, and it just broke my heart that people had such a disregard for their fellow citizens. I just ask everybody to think about that. Each of those people who protested illegally, I'm sure, have loved ones. They're going to go home and risk passing that virus on to their most closest people to them. And I just urge everybody that we are making enormous inroads in other places around the world with similar populations and densities to ours. Case numbers would have been in the thousands and thousands. We've stopped that. And what we need to do now is reduce the number of people infectious in the community. And that is a challenge for all of us and a challenge we take jointly. And I just urge everybody to please do the right thing. Please follow the health advice. I know there are a lot of people out there, a lot of experts out there, legitimate experts and so-called experts. But please know the New South Wales government is relying on the best medical advice we have in our nation and making sure we take decisions to protect all of us. And I personally, on behalf of the government, say we will always make decisions in the best interests of our citizens to keep everybody safe and to get us through this outbreak. So thank you to all of you doing the right thing, and to those of you that aren't, you should be ashamed of yourselves.